Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvin, and welcome to Tales Unlimited Anthologizer, episode number 18. I'm going to call this one Moonlight Core, as incorporation. Maybe I'll change the name. For now, no, you know what? I'm going to call it Project Moonlight. Let's call it Project Moonlight. The original idea was based on a battery prompt. My battery series is kind of cool, like 200 writing prompts. And one of them was, what would happen if an alien got bitten by a werewolf? I was starting to go there yesterday. And I'm glad I slept on it because I got up and I started writing it from the perspective of, okay, a Native American gets kidnapped and she's the werewolf. But now I'm like, nah, let's leave werewolves out of this. This is getting kind of cooler because from a lawman's perspective, it's kind of a head scratching what is going on here, corporate conspiracy. And what's twisted is he's like, okay, I'm not smart enough to figure this out, and I don't want to be. I want someone to explain it to me down the road. And it takes place on another planet. It's been terraformed. They're humans. We've made first contacts. We've had wars, and humanity is expanding amongst the stars. And this is just one colony. And the interesting part is the company that runs it is run by Native Americans. And they basically are rather cool. It's like, okay, you want to have unions? Fine. Free press? Fine. We won't have a crushing monopoly like some of the other companies that terraform a planet, turn it into a company world. No, please. Anybody wants to do business here, does business here. And the CEO gets kidnapped, maybe. I'm fleshing it out, but I like how the story is coming along. And while this guy's figuring this out and whether or not the colonial equivalent of the FBI is going to show up and takes jurisdiction, a shuttle shows up and lands outside of the crime scene, and these two dudes show up and go, "We've got this." And I'm thinking it gets temporal. Like, okay, Native Americans are like, okay, um, way back, way back, before we even started colonizing, somehow, some way, the technology for hyperdrive just ends up getting out there, and no one knows where it came from. It's like, here's a breakthrough, here's a breakthrough, here's a breakthrough. It's like faster than the normal brainiacs of our world could have ever possibly generated, and no one asks any questions. Like, wait a minute, there's hyperspace. We know where some of the Earth class planets are. Let's go there. And there's this big interstellar wagon train, and everyone goes off. And Native Americans just quietly leave Earth, and they quietly pick planets nobody wants, and they terraform them. And it was like, wait a minute, terraforming? How are you guys terraforming planets? We just put A and B together. We got lucky. They shrug. Oh, here's the technology. Here, go ahead. And they sit and they watch. And everyone's like, oh, okay. So there's this big interstellar expansion, and then eventually humans start developing their own tech faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. There's a big boom because they're not worried about, environmental pressures and not having enough. It's like, all right, and it's a big interstellar creative renaissance. And the Native Americans are just like, uh-huh, keep building, keep building. Then they run to an alien race. Ooh, alien races. Okay. Ooh, you had a war. You smacked them around. Cool. Interesting. Let's see their stuff. So the Native Americans just kicking back. They're watching and they're watching. Why are they watching? Because in a designated vault is a time machine that they found maybe in the 1930s. They found a time machine and they sat on it. And they're like, there's nothing we can do about it except protect it. And they move it around, eventually moved it off Earth. And it is their temporal deterrent. It's like, okay, we managed to eventually figure out how to turn it on, bypass its firewalls, figure out how to get in there and read, like, I guess you could say its memory core, and figure out what all these doohickeys and devices are. Here's terraforming. Here's hyperspace. So someone figures out how to turn it on and read it, but they don't know how to move through time because it's damaged. But someday someone's going to figure it out. Someone's going to piece the pieces together. So Native Americans just keep themselves in the game, and they keep moving this thing from point to point to point. But someone talked, and someone's after this time machine. Whoever has the time machine has the universe. Basically, this thing is from way the hell out, and apparently no one's come to claim it. No one knows anything like that, and they keep it a secret. They keep it off record, off grid. But apparently, one of the alien races we spanked, a team of their mercs come along, and the question is who hired the mercs? Rival corporation, government, one of their own. I didn't get that far in, but these two specialists have been sent to figure out what's going on, secure the machine, secure the CEO, and kill anybody who looks at them funny. Oh, this is going to potentially get bloody, but for now, Project Moonlight. Just Moonlight. Because that's from the werewolf thing. Like, I was going to go there, but nah. That's what I got. Okay, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited Anthologizer. Wish me luck. Episode 18, Day 1. I'm going to try to bang this bad boy out. Project Moonlight is what I'm going to call it. All right, have a nice Mother's Day to you moms out there, and see you tomorrow.